Welcome to the Compass Wellness series. This is actually part of some of the training that I would offer at the Dalai Compass Academy. So today I'm going to share with you how to form habits that will help you set goals and take more consistent action in the next 21 days. This is part of the intellectual wellness. Intellectual wellness is one of the dimensions of wellness. The other ones are physical wellness, occupational wellness, financial wellness, emotional wellness, environmental wellness, social wellness, sexual wellness, spiritual wellness. That should be about 9 of them. Then intellectual wellness would make it 9, yes. So intellectual wellness is just about your ability, to look at things and determine the best way forward while taking advantage of your intelligence, right? Your ability to apply yourself to the situation, make decisions and take action. This is one of the reasons why I'm talking about, how to form the habits that will help you set goals and take more consistent action. Because if you do all the thinking and all the planning on what to do, what next steps will be, and then you don't take action, you won't get better results. One of the reasons why I decided to talk about this now is, this is January 2022 and people are making resolutions, like maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to improve your financial situation, maybe you finally want to get to school, maybe you want to become better at whatever you're doing. The question is, how can you form those habits that will help you to be more consistent? The thing is, if you're able to form those habits that will help you to be more consistent, you know what's going to happen? You're going to gain more confidence in yourself, in your ability to take action, and you're going to feel better about yourself, and you're going to take yourself to that next level. So the first step that will help you become a better version of yourself in the next 21 days is forming the habit of setting your goals and taking consistent action. How can you get to your destination if you don't take action to get to your destination? Right? If you live in LA and you want to go to New York, right? You have to take action. You can't get there by thinking about it. You have to take action. You're going to find out, are you going to travel by road? Are you going to go by bus? Are you going to fly? Or by train, right? Or you're just going to hitch a ride with a friend? I mean, how can you do it? What are your means? What are your resources? If you don't leave your house and get into your car and get on the train or hail an Uber ride to take you to your destination, you won't get there. I probably won't recommend getting an Uber from LA to New York City. I wouldn't do that, but that's just me. Before you can become a better version of yourself, you have to be clear on the daily tasks and activities you have to do every day to become a better version of yourself. What do you do, and how can you become a better version of yourself? Well, that's the first question, right? While the overall strategy would be to set a realistic, measurable goal, the activities and actions you would set every day to achieve your goal would depend on your profession, job, or career. I could even add more to that. It could depend on your age, If you're a child, well, a lot of those decisions will be made for you by your parents, You need a lot of support to do that. If you're a young adult, you might still be in the same position. If you're an older professional who is well established, it's a different thing altogether. So it all depends on what you do, and how you're going to do it. If you're a student and you consistently seek to be the best version of yourself in everything you do in school, from classwork to homework, you shall invariably become a better student, right? If you focus on that. Like I was just saying, if you're a child, you're going to need parental support, right? Like in elementary school, it's really hard for kids to focus, especially with the distractions these days from video games and all that. The internet, so many things, right? So you need someone to help you focus. So the first question would be, what are the measurable goals you can set up that will help you become a better version of yourself? You could set the goal of getting A's in all your subjects. You could set the goal of just passing them, getting a C. That could be a goal. But to get your goal, you have to make sure that you turn in your homework on time. You have to make sure you have a plan for what you do in terms of homework, and you need to be consistent. If it's check before the end of every school day, check and see what you have, and then check what's due, what is being submitted, check which tests you have and practice for them. But you have to be consistent. Like I said, kids get easily distracted, so parents might have to step in to help them. What if you're a grown person, right? And that's not even your goal. Like if you're a tennis player, for instance, your goal is to become the number one player in the world. You have to seek to become the best version of yourself in every event you participate in, whether it is small or a big event. When you consistently try to become the best version of yourself in any event you participate in, by event I mean any tournament, okay, for tennis players, you shall invariably become a better version of yourself. However, setting a goal of becoming the number one player in the world depends on your ranking, right? If you're among the top 20 players, then that's a realistic goal. But if you're among the top 200 players, then it's not realistic to think you're just going to get to number one. Maybe you should start with a goal of becoming less than 150, then becoming less than 100, then 50. You have to get there in steps. That's what you need to do. So setting the goal, it's a very important part of this. What if you write books? You want to become a better author, you have to write more books. How do you measure the goal of becoming a better writer? Is it by selling more books or writing more acclaimed books? Or is it just by simply, writing? Some writers would set the goal of becoming a best-selling writer. You have to write consistently in order to get better. That's just the bottom line. That's the habit you need to form in this scenario, So basically, what I've tried to do here is give, for different situations and different professions, if your goal is to become better, this is part of what you need to look at. If you are a teacher, you want to be the best teacher in your specialty or subject of expertise, you have to be prepared to do your best to keep up to date with the latest research and updates in your field while consistently attending to the needs of your students or addressing the concerns of parents or of guardians to your students. How will you do it? You must consistently try to be the best version of yourself. You must do that, and you have to have the confidence to decide to always think positively about your life and the impact of your actions. Number one obstacle to making your life more amazing is how you think about yourself. If the more positively you think about yourself, the more positive energy you will generate, the more you can make determinations that will help you get to the next level. Excuse me. One of the things you need to do is you need to fight discouragement, because sometimes it gets tight. You put in all the work and you're not seeing the results you expected. You can, get discouraged, You have to remember that even after you've set your goals and figured out the specific action and steps you need to take every day to become a better version of yourself, you still have to take daily action, despite your daily struggles and distractions. You have to take daily action to achieve your goals, even if you don't get much support from your friends, from your parents, from your brothers, sisters, co-workers, teammates. The thing is, just because you've set a goal and you've set to do it, doesn't mean everyone will agree. Doesn't mean everyone is into it. I'll tell you something. There was a time a friend of mine was stuck. Was in a very difficult situation. Essentially, he was stuck in traffic and he's been trying to move, from point A to B, and he just stuck in traffic. So he called someone and he told him, hey, what you need to do is get out of that lane, that freeway that you're driving on, and go backwards, and then get on one of those side streets. Act like if you're driving away from where you want to go to. Then when you get to a place you call turn B, turn right, and then turn C, and you'll get there. And his friend just said, this guy must be joking, Well, another friend called him and he told him, he did it, right? One person didn't do it. He felt, how can I go backwards and then be able to go forward? Well, the person that listened to the other person and went backwards got there 30 minutes before the other person who decided to keep on going forward but stay in the traffic. How was the other person so sure? Well, because he was stuck in that same traffic, and that's exactly what he did to get him to where he was going. So he was just sharing with his friend, but his friend wouldn't believe him. In that situation, he didn't, become a better version of himself because he didn't take action, not because he didn't set the goal. So setting the goal, it's not going to be enough. The key thing is that you have to have a plan and you have to be prepared to take action. We can't afford to get distracted or discouraged. According to Remy Adeleke, an American Navy SEAL, a failure is only a failure if you do not learn from it. If you learn from it, it becomes a lesson you can apply to your life and become a better version of yourself. So what I want you to do is, write down the daily lessons you have learned from your daily failures or struggles and how you plan to use them to become a better version of yourself in the next 21 days. Whether it is, if you go late to an event, why did you go late? Did you not leave on time? How did you get distracted? Did you want to watch one more TV show before leaving? Did you have too many people going with you and you didn't start getting ready on time? Did you run out of gas? Did you have to go and buy gas? Then you can buy gas the day before. You can record that TV show and watch it later, or just skip it because of what you have to do that particular day. This is how you learn the lesson and apply it so that, because remember, we're talking about intellectual wellness, which is, which deals with our ability to make the best out of every situation we find ourselves in. That's part of what the intellectual wellness is. This is why this is part of the Compass Wellness series that I'm sharing with you. And, in this series, I'm just going to go through a number of things that will help you, that will make an impact in your life and help you become a better version of yourself. I just want to challenge you, as I challenge myself every day, to become better. So that's, what that is about, right? What are the actions for the day? Well, it will be set realistic goals, take daily action, learn lessons from your mistakes, write down how you can use these lessons to become better. If you don't have a journal, get one where you can write some of the things you've done, some of the struggles, some of the challenges, and then you can become more consistent. All right? Hey, I'll see you on the next episode, okay, of the Compass Wellness series.